Welcome back to The Human Existence, where we dive deep into the fascinating aspects of our world, past, present, and future. Have you ever wondered what the strangest jobs in the world are? The world is full of bizarre occupations that you probably never knew existed. So sit back, relax, and let's uncover the 10 most bizarre jobs in history. Gong Farmer. The Gong Farmer of medieval England had the unenviable job of cleaning out human waste from privies and cesspits. Working mostly at night to avoid the stares and gags of the townspeople, these brave souls would wade through a literal river of excrement, armed with nothing but a shovel and a strong stomach. It was a dirty job, but someone had to do it, lest the town be overcome by the smell of yesterday's dinner. They would carry the waste out of town and dump it in designated areas, ensuring that urban centers didn't become unbearable. Gong farmers were paid well for their time, but no amount of money could mask the smell that followed them. One could say that being a gong farmer really put one knee deep in their work. Or waist deep, if we're being honest. This job also made them experts in the natural aromas of the city. Sin eater. In the British Isles, a sin eater would consume a meal placed on a deceased person's chest to absorb their sins. Imagine being invited to a dinner party where the main course is someone's sins. Sin eaters were essentially the spiritual garbage disposals of their time, ensuring that the dearly departed could rest in peace. The job might have been better if sin came with a side of fries, but it was usually just bread and ale. They had to eat quickly and quietly, with the mourners watching intently, making sure every sin was consumed. Sin eaters were the ultimate food critics, only they judged not the taste, but the moral weight. These individuals often lived as outcasts, as people feared the sin they had absorbed, but they provided a crucial service, ensuring that loved ones could move on to the afterlife, free of their earthly misdeeds. Whipping boy. The whipping boy's role was to take the punishment for a prince's misdeeds, as it was deemed inappropriate to physically discipline a royal child. Imagine being a kid and knowing that your best friend's bad behavior meant you'd get a spanking. Talk about a royal pain in the butt. The logic was that the prince would feel so bad for his friend that he'd mend his ways. Of course, this assumes that the prince wasn't a little tyrant who found the whole thing amusing. The whipping boy was often a companion and playmate to the prince, which might have made the punishments a bit more bearable, though it also created a complex relationship. Either way, the whipping boy's existence was a testament to the phrase, "taking one for the team." Despite the pain, whipping boys often received a decent education and some royal favor, making it a double-edged sword. Knocker-up. Before alarm clocks, there were knocker-ups who would wake people by tapping on their windows with long sticks. Picture someone standing outside your window at 5 a.m., persistently poking it with a stick, just so you wouldn't be late for work. It's like having a really dedicated woodpecker on your payroll. Knocker-ups took their job seriously, ensuring no one could use the excuse of oversleeping. They often developed a rapport with their clients, knowing exactly how persistent they needed to be to get each person out of bed. Some even used pea shooters to reach higher windows, adding a bit of precision to their wake-up calls. This job required punctuality, reliability, and sometimes a bit of stealth to avoid angry sleepers who didn't appreciate the early morning disturbances. Resurrectionist. Resurrectionists supplied medical schools with corpses by exhuming bodies from graves. Essentially, they were the Amazon Prime of the dead, providing same-night delivery from the cemetery to the anatomy lab. This macabre profession was both illegal and dangerous, as they risked being caught by the law or by the deceased's not-so-deceased relatives. They had to be quick and discreet, often working in teams to unearth and transport bodies without attracting attention. Despite the grim nature of their work, resurrectionists played a vital role in advancing medical science, as legal means of obtaining corpses were extremely limited. They often operated under the cover of darkness, equipped with shovels, sacks, and a morbid sense of urgency, knowing that their cargo was invaluable to medical education. Lector. In cigar factories, lectors would read aloud to workers to keep them entertained and informed. These were the original audiobook narrators, bringing news, novels, and sometimes even spicy romance stories to life while workers rolled cigars. Imagine rolling cigars all day to the dulcet tones of someone reading War and Peace or the latest gossip column. It was a way to keep the mind sharp while the hands performed repetitive tasks. Lectors were often well-educated and skilled orators, capable of captivating an audience for hours. Plus, it must have been quite a sight to see a room full of workers chuckling at Dickens or swooning over Shakespeare. The tradition of the lector created a unique blend of work and culture, fostering a sense of community and intellectual engagement in an otherwise monotonous job. Cat meat seller. In 19th century London, cat meat sellers went door to door offering horse meat and other scraps as food for cats. They provided a vital service to cat owners, though their wares might not pass today's pet food safety standards. Imagine the modern equivalent, a food truck for cats, but instead of gourmet treats, it's offering yesterday's leftovers. Cat meat sellers often source their products from horse slaughterhouses and other places where meat was cheap and plentiful. It's hard to imagine a cat today turning up its nose at gourmet kibble, but back then, any meat was a feast. The sellers were often colorful characters, known for their loud cries and distinctive presence in the streets. They played a crucial role in urban ecosystems, ensuring that even the most finicky of felines had something to eat. Human alarm clock. Similar to the knocker-up, human alarm clocks ensured factory workers woke up on time for their shifts. Instead of relying on a pesky alarm, workers paid someone to come by and wake them up. This person would often resort to loud knocking or shouting. Think of it as having a very persistent and very loud rooster outside your door every morning. Human alarm clocks were the heroes who stood between you and a missed shift, armed with the power of punctuality and a loud voice. They had to be reliable and immune to early morning grumpiness, ensuring that entire neighborhoods woke up on time. This job required a thick skin and a loud voice, as they had to rouse even the heaviest sleepers without fail, often battling weather, darkness, and the occasional thrown object from a disgruntled sleeper. Rat catcher. Rat catchers were tasked with controlling the rat population in urban areas. These brave individuals would wade into the darkest, dingiest corners of the city armed with traps, poisons, and ferrets. It's not exactly a job for someone with a weak constitution or a fear of rodents. Rat catchers were the unsung heroes of their time, ensuring that the streets were a little less plague-ridden. They had to be cunning and quick, understanding the behavior and hiding places of their tiny foes. Some rat catchers even kept detailed records of their catches, earning rewards for particularly large hauls. This job required a mix of bravery, ingenuity, and a strong stomach, as rat catchers were often the first line of defense against disease outbreaks and infestations. Tosher. Toshering involved scavenging the sewers of Victorian London for valuables, like coins and jewelry. It was a job that combined the thrill of treasure hunting with the distinct aroma of raw sewage. Toshers would navigate the labyrinthine underworld armed with a lantern and a hopeful heart, seeking out anything of value that had been washed away. They were the ultimate recyclers, turning the city's waste into their potential wealth. It's a career that certainly required a nose for business and a love for adventure, or at least a strong clothespin for the smell. Toshers often worked in gangs for safety and efficiency, mapping out territories and sharing their findings. Despite the filth and danger, the prospect of unearthing a valuable item kept their spirits high, making each expedition a potential jackpot amidst the muck. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoy stories of our past, then don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more intriguing content. Do you know of any bizarre jobs? Let us know in the comments. Stay curious and we'll see you in the next video. Until next time.